Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Some few hours ago we did mention that there will be a court hearing concerning the defection between Martin Amaewhule and 27 lawmakers to determine their defection. A whole lot of things were said during the Supreme Court verdict. We're going to give full details on that, but as we speak right now, APC in Rivers State are divided over the impeachment process being initiated by Martin Amaewhule-led assembly. Quite a lot of things are going on behind the scene right now. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. Now, during the hearing on Monday, March 17, that took place some few hours ago, the defense lawyer and speaker of Martin Amaewhule asked the court to dismiss the application, citing the Supreme Court judgment. The defendant also presented the certified true copy of the Supreme Court, noting that the Apex Court has restored the leadership of the Martin Amaewhule's Assembly. He also noted that Governor Fubar, who earlier initiated the defection allegation, had withdrawn the suit at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Well, the Labour Party is asking the court to declare the seats of the lawmakers vacant over the allegation of their defection from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). Now, the Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State's capital, has announced April 16, 2025 as the date to deliver its verdict on the suit concerning the potential dismissal of a defection suit filed by Labour Party against the 27 lawmakers in Rivers State House of Assembly. And that means at come April 16, we will know the fate of the 27. Alright, let's consider what APC Rivers are saying. Right now, they are divided into two factions, each one holding strong and holding sway for the other. But let's find out in quick succession. The two factions of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State have also been divided over the impeachment notice. The Tony Okocha-led faction supports the rule of law, emphasizing that both the governor and the assembly must act within the boundaries of the constitution. Okocha's publicity secretary Chibike Kinga stated, "Our position is that the rule of law and due process must be followed in the administration of the state." Meanwhile, the Emeka Beke-led faction, loyal to former Minister of Transport Rotimi Amechi, criticized the Assembly's action, accusing them of blackmail. Chizi Enye, Beke's chief of staff, questioned the Assembly's legitimacy, claiming that they had not sat since their indefinite adjournment. He accused the lawmakers of accusing the impeachment notice. I take that again. He accused the lawmakers of issuing the impeachment notice without following the proper procedure, stating that the notice the House of Assembly led by Martin Amaewhule sent to the governor of Rivers State is what Rivers people consider as blackmail. Now, any further urged the governor to remain resolute, calling on him to refuse to recognize an assembly that does not convene an appropriate location. In a separate development, of course, the government Tompolo's Tantita Security Services Nigeria Limited has reaffirmed its commitment to safeguarding the pipelines in the Niger Delta region despite increasing political tension. The security outfit contracted by the federal government has vowed to continue its surveillance. Dr. Paul Bebenemebo, the head of media for Tantita, emphasized that any attempt to disrupt operation will be treated as criminal. He said, and I quote, "We are in a contractual agreement with the federal government to protect oil and gas facilities in Niger Delta region, and this is what we are doing." Tompolo's group, which has been instrumental in curbing pipeline vandalism, assured the government and the public that it will not tolerate any interference with its mandate. If anyone attempts to trespass, we will surely treat that case as a criminal case," Bebenemobo added. Okay, but now it's glaring that we have a situation in our hands. Within PDP, within APC, we all know that Emeka Beke, having seen what Wike's strength or Wike's influence is doing in APC, and the fact that Tony Okocha is loyal to Wike, and knowing that Tony Okocha is undermining his leadership as the chairman of Rivers State APC chapter, Rivers chapter APC, and the fact that Wike is having a strong hold against them, despite the fact that Rotimi Amechi ought to be the leader of APC in Rivers State. Of course, anyone that is opposing his leadership will definitely be an enemy, and anyone who's an enemy to his friend enemy to his enemy is actually his friend. So it's only logical for them to look at things perspective, look at it in a proper perspective, and discover that look, all of this that is going on is political tension, and things should be done properly. And now the court, of course, have issued that come April 16, they will determine if this case will be trashed or if it will stand the test of time. But let me say this now, this is very personal. That case will either survive or be squashed if Fubar rises up to the occasion. In all sincerity, I do not mean to be harsh on anyone. Fubar really needs to stand up. This is not a case of trying to be. You can and you will be law-abiding, and yet you do not allow anyone to trample on your right. Fubar is giving the vibes of someone who is subordinate to someone who has no power in Rivers State anymore. Fubar is giving people the impression that I would have acted, but I am taking orders from my former Oga. I don't want to join issues with my former Oga. You're giving the impression that leadership, you're giving the impression that to be a good leader, it means you have to be a sexy, you have to be a weakling. That's not true. Sincerely speaking, you do not need to be a weakling to be a good leader. You can still be aggressive, you can still be commanding, you can still take your thing, that which belongs to you. It's yours. It has been constitutionally given to you, and nobody will enforce it for you. You will have to enforce it yourself. You will have to make decrees. You are weakening your followers. You are making them look weak. You are giving them the impression that if the person they're looking up to is looking weak, they themselves will become weak. There's nothing wrong with protecting your mandate. Don't make it look as if protecting your mandate means you're going against the Constitution. Are you the executive governor of Rivers State? Yes. Why are you making it look as if that you are an assistant governor? The real governor is somewhere. A minister is coming to Rivers State and acting like a governor, and you, the governor, you're acting like someone who is taking orders from the minister. When the minister speaks, you shut your mouth, and that's not right. You are the president, quote unquote, of your state. Well, let's see how this plays out, because in all sincerity, I feel that Fubar is not exercising his executive right, and it's making his followers feel, yes, he's saying that he's trying to avoid anarchy. Yes, you can still avoid anarchy and still exercise your right. Does it mean that if you give orders that the security personnel should guard and man the local government area, that means that it's executive rascality? Of course not. Does it mean if you come 1, 2, 3 times to sit and meet with the local government, the lawmakers, and they refuse to honor you have done all your possible, you take this matter to court or the appropriate court and start with the court? Of course, they will say when it gets to Supreme Court, what would they do? They have pocketed Supreme Court. Just still do it first. Let posterity be. While at it, you don't fold your hands. Because if those who are following you sees weakness in you, they will lose steam. But then again, it's up to you to decide. Because as the leader, it's the breath, it's the heartbeat you give, it's the body movement, body language you give that your followers will follow. Things have happened thus far. Look at what happened to the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan. He had power. It was seized from him as an incumbent. And Nigerians didn't fall. Yes, they may have celebrated him, but what impression did he give? He could not. Every president have a way of always, handing over to. He couldn't hand over to the person he desired. And we are in Nigeria. We are today simply because he didn't rise up to the occasion to protect his mandate and protect the people of Nigeria. You are doing the same thing, and you are from Ijo, the same way the former president Goodluck was also from Ijo. He had his reasons. He said he didn't want, bloodshed. He didn't want chaos. We are still saying the same English that he said. And those who claim that they wanted same, they said their 8 years complete, and there was no bloodshed. But then again, let's say it plays out. That's going to wrap it up. Let's put it in the comments.